Hi, it's me, Dalia, owner of Dalia's Realty, and I'm also the broker. And today I wanted to share this pamphlet I've created for any of you that are thinking of buying your first home. And I've divided this into three sections, and it's really about you and questions that you should ask yourself, questions you should ask your lender, and question you should ask your agent when you're looking into purchasing a new home. It's really important that you talk to yourself and you really internalize why you want to purchase a home. I know it sounds um, maybe something like a very basic question, but to know yourself is sometimes the biggest gift in life. And I've realized that with working with clients, especially in the market now, it's really important to know what is your end goal. So let me break down why this question is so important. So, for example, if you're buying your first home, do you intend to keep buying homes, or are you looking to just buy a home where you could be comfortable? And if you plan to keep buying homes, what's the end goal of that? Or do you see it as a long-term investment, or are you looking for something quick? So these are all things that you want to buy, and whoever is involved in the purchase should also align. Sometimes, for example, people want to purchase their first home. They don't mind a fixer upper and don't mind moving in 2 years because they have time and they aren't really want to stick to one place, but maybe other people that have families or kids want to stay to a specific district. So these are all really important questions to ask yourself. Why do you want to purchase a home? And what is your end goal? What would you feel most comfortable with and happy with the home purchase? This will really help your real estate agent. The more you can break this down, the more it would help your real estate agent and your lender help you, because really there's just so many different options. Also, here's the next question you need to ask yourself. Do you understand the upfront cost and the down payment and the closing cost? When you get pre-approved, your lender will explain to you what the down payment is, which is usually 3.5% for an FHA loan and 3% for a conventional loan, or 5% for a conventional loan. And the down payment, which include the insurance, the title fees, the transfer title fees, homeowners insurance that you have to pay up front. So making sure you understand how much is required and also what the monthly payment is really important, so that you understand. I've had people that want to purchase their first home, but they're not willing to give up all that dispensable income that they have. So it's important that you look at yourself, like how much money you're going to bring into it and what your life is going to look like once you have that payment, because maybe you have to cut out all the concerts and trips you go to constantly on a monthly basis to maybe make it a quarterly or a yearly thing, etc. So, for example, these are all questions that I think you should ask yourself. Next, and that goes on with the next question, which are you ready for the commitment? Are you ready for this 30-year commitment? It is not just a simple thing. It is a big commitment. You are going to be your own landlord, so you need to take care of plumbing, electrical, roofing, and all these things. And once you realize that, maybe that'll help you say, well, I am ready for this, but I'm not ready for a fixer upper. I'm ready for a home, but I want something that has low maintenance, like a condo versus a single family home. So all those different questions will really help your real estate agent. The more you are honest with yourself, the best it is for everyone involved. Okay. And then also, what are your medium and long-term goals? What do I think about that? So let's say when I purchased my first home, I was very young. I was 23. I just wanted a house, period. I just wanted to stop renting. It was the worst, the cheapest house I could afford. Was the only house I could afford, really. And I wasn't planning to stay there. I just wanted to stop renting. That was it. If I could buy a house, that was it. I didn't care about how I looked. I was getting beat out by investors at the time. And my real estate goals change at the time, but be clear about what you want. When I first started, I just wanted to get a house. 10 years later, I had other goals. I wanted to invest in real estate. Did I know I wanted to do real estate investment? Not necessarily, but just when I purchased my first house versus my second house, there is a lot that I now knew and thought about, and I'm sharing this as an example because all these can guide your real estate agent. So, for example, if you know that you're going to buy this house, but your career maybe isn't too stable, you'll think, I want a house that I could buy and potentially sell in 2 to 3 years. That would really help your real estate agent guide you to purchase a home that's highly marketable. So, for example, it's not just going to be whatever, it's pick a house that is very easy to sell. I wouldn't buy a house in the main road. I wouldn't buy a house next to a park, school, etc. that later on is going to have issues selling. All right. What are your must haves and what are your nice to have? These are questions that you can work on with your real estate agent. But you be honest with yourself. What is something you have to have in the house? And if you don't have it, you are not going to feel complete. Okay. So those are really important items. Now we're going to go on to questions to ask your lender. Okay. There are ocean of loan programs that could help you, from down payment assistance, first time home buyers, investors, no income loans. I mean, there's so many loans, but it all depends on how much money you come in with, how much your income, what are your long term and short term goals. So once you share all this with your loan officer, they should be able to help you. But you should ask your loan officer, based on my goals, now that you've internalized all these things, what would be the best program for me? Or is there an incentive if I use a specific bank, or if I'm buying in a specific city? Are there down payment assistance programs available? What are the plus and minus of those programs? And are there what are the differences between lender credits and discount points, and which one's right for me? So all these questions you could ask your lender, and they'll explain all this to you. And also, if you have a great lender, try to pair that up with a real estate agent that will work with these points, maybe negotiate a seller credit to help you buy down your rate. And that lender should be able to show you how you can leverage those credits to help you lower either your monthly payment or your cash to close, whatever your goal is. Okay. And then how much down payment should I put down, or is it worth keeping that money and saving it as cash reserves? This is something that um, some people think, okay, let me just put all my money down. But then if they go and buy a fixer upper, they need money. So in certain situations, this matters more than others. Or sometimes people say, I want to buy this house, but then I also want to buy another house to invest. So what are my options to do that? Okay. Um, Now let's go to your real estate agent. What are things you could ask your real estate agent versus yourself and the lender? Well, you can talk to your real estate agent about are there any little known towns that are on the up and up? If you see there's real estate where real estate is appreciating more than other areas, I ask that to your real estate agent. Or, like I said, if you're looking to purchase and sell probably quickly, you don't want to buy in a declining real estate market, because in real estate everything changes day to day, zip code by zip code. And I truly believe that, and a good real estate agent can help you identify those zones. Also, how fast do I need to move? If you have a year to purchase, tell your real estate agent you're not trying to buy the next house, the first house you see. And convey your timeline of your lease or your current living arrangements. Also, are there any local programs that can help me afford a home for less money? A real estate agent will know about local programs that either offered by your county, your city, and see if you either meet the income limits or if where you want to buy applies to those programs, because they're not always available everywhere. And your real estate agent will also have a good gauge of the market that you want to purchase in and should help you create a strategy on how to get your offer accepted. I know it seems funny, like, oh, I just put in an offer and it gets accepted. Well, that doesn't always happen. When we were buying homes in COVID, it was about 60 offers against each home. So, right now, and even though it still feels kind of like a buyer's market slightly in Ventura or most of Southern California, some markets, like in Orange County, are still getting 5 to 10 offers, which doesn't seem like buyer's market, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Okay. And our homes in the area appreciating? That's something you want to ask. And before you purchase make an offer for each home, your real estate agent should help you come up with a price of what you offer to that agent, to that seller. And is the neighborhood safe? As a real estate agent, I cannot tell you what every single zip code is, but I will share a website with you that shares all the crime around a specific zip code, and you could punch in the address and get that information for yourself. And is there anything about the home that I should worry about? So, as real estate agents, we show homes to multiple people and we see trends that are make a home not as marketable as another home. So, we can point those out to you when you go look at a home. For example, if, like I said, if a house is maybe next to a commercial zone, that's something that people sometimes do not like. Okay, I hope this helps. If you want to receive this document that I've created, contact me and I could share it with you. I also have a first time home buyer's guide, and I could sit down with you and help you discuss these options and connect you with some great lenders that could help you.